Let's take a look now at how the markets are performing on this day. The Johannesburg Stock Exchange is firmer today, with its global peers mixed as prospects of good U.S. corporate earnings contend with ongoing global risks. Investors are hoping that another round of strong earnings will lift sentiment, with heavyweight tech companies due to report this week. Michael Treherne, who is portfolio manager at Vestact, joins us now to talk through the latest market developments so far on this day. Michael, a very good afternoon to you. If we could start perhaps with a sense of how the markets are performing so far today.
Afternoon, Tommy. After two red days, the JSE All Shares are thankfully higher today. We're up 0.9%, and that seems to be, as you mentioned, on positive earnings sentiment coming out of the US. The companies there are busy reporting their third quarter numbers, and they're mostly stronger than expected, and that's rising sentiment. Rand dollar, as I look at it, is 14.74, so we're staying in that band of about 14.60 to around 15 Rand to the dollar. And that seems to be the case going forward for the rest of the week, I'd imagine.
Now, Sibanye-Stillwater is in talks to acquire Brazilian mining assets. Is this part of an expansion plan for the mining company?
Yes, very exciting move, I would say. So yesterday, the company announced that they were in talks, and the share price dropped 5% on the news. This morning, they announced that the talks have been concluded, and they're going to pay $1 billion for 2 mines in Brazil. They're going to be focusing on nickel and copper, and this is part of their expansion into the renewables world, as they call it. And that's for these are 2 key commodities in battery components and electric-powered cars, and they feel that they're positioning themselves for a cleaner world going forward, and that's why they're doing this.
Now, South Africa's leading business cycle index rebounded in the month of August. Does this point to improved business confidence in the country?
I think it does to some bit, but I think we're also coming off a fairly low base. So the things that drove the business confidence index up 0.7%, which isn't a major change, were passenger vehicles sold and job advertisements on the increase. So those are 2 good things. On the downside, though, is we saw fewer hours worked in manufacturing, and that's probably directly linked to the strike that went on in October. And then also we're seeing a drop in commodity prices, which is not great for our mining sector, which has sort of been leading our economy over the last 12 months.
Let's take a look now at Tiger Brands. They are expecting their annual profits to fall, hit by the unrest that was seen in July, as well as a product recall. What is the outlook for what is really South Africa's biggest food manufacturer?
So they released a trading update this morning, and that's just giving general guidance to the market of what to expect when their final numbers came out. They warned that the unrest cost them about 100 million Rand in profits, but bigger to that was the 20 million cans of coup that they need to recall, and that's going to cost them about 600 million Rand in profits. So, yeah, I would say the self-inflicted one is a lot more damaging than the riots by some quantum.
Michael Treherne, we'll leave it at that for this afternoon. Thank you once again for today's market update. That's Michael Treherne there.